and welcome back to the Venerable Owl channel. We've heard the term sleeper cells for years. This channel even produced a video or two about them. But according to intelligence reports, there are active concerns regarding Iranian-linked sleeper cells operating within the United States. Now, these are individuals that are basically designated to blend in. They could be radicalized people, domestic, homegrown sleeper cells. There's a wide variety of them. But the thing is they live among us. They assimilate as best that they can to keep their cover. And they conduct surveillance for Iran, among countless other things. Now, this just isn't a theory. On March 1st, the nation watched as a deadly shooting unfolded in Austin, Texas. While the suspect was neutralized by the police, the subsequent investigation turned up items directly linked to the Islamic Republic of Iran. Federal agencies like the Department of Homeland Security and Federal Bureau of Investigation are now intensively monitoring these lone wolf or sleeper cell threats, looking for the connections to a larger state-sponsored plot. But this is where Americans can help. To truly explore situational awareness, you have to move past the idea of looking for danger and move toward scanning for the anomalies. In the context of the March 2026 events and potential sleeper cell activity, your situational awareness is your first line of defense. So let's explore Cooper's Pillar Code and the mindset. Most people live in the condition of white, that is to say, unaware, usually scrolling on their phone, doing whatever they do on a normal humdrum day. To be effective, you must train yourself to live in a condition of yellow. So let's go over these four colors. White means unaware. You are vulnerable. If an incident occurs like the Austin shooting, you will likely freeze or panic because the transition to action is very steep. Yellow is relaxed but alert. This is the sweet spot. You are scanning your environment, noting exits and identifying baselines. Basically, what I'm saying is by baseline is you determine what is normal for this area. But you're not paranoid. You're just aware and you're mentally present. Orange. This is specific alert. You've noticed something off. A vehicle is idling in a restricted zone. Someone is taking photos of a power station or the police station. You shift your focus and begin a mental, quote, if and then plan. Red means action. The threat is in fact confirmed. You execute your plan, whether that's saying something, just like the see something, say something campaign that the Department of Homeland Security has been pushing for a number of years now. And you notify a police officer, 911, or you're initiating an evacuation with your go bag. Now let's explore the decision engine, the observe, orient, decide, and act, also known as the OODA loop. This was developed by a man named John Boyd. The OODA loop is how you process information in a faster manner. Observe is collect data, such as I see a man loitering near a fire exit with a heavy duffel bag. Orient. Filter the data through your knowledge. It's 95 degrees Fahrenheit and he's wearing a heavy coat. That doesn't fit the baseline now, does it? Next is decide. Pick a course of action. You'll either be thinking, I'm going to alert the security guard or the police and move my family to the other side of the building or even across the street. Act. Carry it out immediately. Understand the high value indicators. The and we're going to go back to the see something, say something, but the see something, say something is about the behavior. It's not about the identity. According to the Department of Homeland Security standards, look for pre-operational signs such as surveillance, someone using binoculars, taking photos of security cameras, or sketching out floor plans. Eliciting information such as asking probing questions about security shifts and ID badge accesses and or how many people work in the basement or how many people work here. Testing security. Someone is trying a locked door or intentionally, quote unquote, forgetting a bag to see how long it takes the security personnel to respond. Acquisition and expertise. Seeing someone with equipment or uniforms they clearly aren't trained to be using, such as utility worker who doesn't have a truck or the proper tools. All these are indicators of something is out of the normal baseline. Now we'll get into the see something, say something section of this video. So this is the Department of Homeland Security's website, dhs.gov, and we're looking at the Recognize Suspicious Activity section. And it discusses what is suspicious activity. As you can see, this is highlighted to bring it more to your attention what the information is presenting. A lot of this stuff is self-explanatory, but it talks about things such as expressed or implied threat, observation slash surveillance, photography. We talked about that just a minute ago. Um, Testing and probing security. We talked about that. Breach or attempted intrusion, eliciting information, acquisition of expertise, cyber attacks. Always keep track of that stuff that's going on the news. A lot of the times the news doesn't report this stuff, but uh, you should uh, you should try your best to protect yourself on while you're online um, as best as possible. There is information that's available online to help you with protecting your personal information while you're online. Now we'll go into the FBI's website, fbi.gov. And on this website, you'll see that they are talking about terrorism and protecting the United States from terrorist attacks and how that's the FBI's number one priority. It also gives some definitions of terrorism, international terrorism, domestic terrorism, which is the things that I worry about quite a bit. Those that's right here, those that's been radicalized through various means. Also talk about the current threats. Um, and I want to call your attention to this. Many factors contributed to the evolution of the terrorism threat on both the international and domestic fronts. Um, Terrorists usually will use social media and target those that are more susceptible to their propaganda. They become lone wolf offenders. As you can see, I have this section highlighted as well as the internet and social media section here. International and domestic violent extremists have developed an extensive presence on the internet through messaging platforms. So this website is full of information, and when you get a chance, go check it out at fbi.gov, and it'll also explain to you how citizens can protect themselves and report tips. So for the last section of this video today, I want to call your attention to the American Civil Defense Association, also known as TACTA. You can go to their website at www.tacta.org. So in this section, we're going to look at the TACTA Academy Lesson Manual. We're going to go to the evacuation and 72-hour kits. This is chapter 12. It starts with the basic introduction, choosing not to evacuate. There's a section on that, a section on planning, uh, plan, equip, practice, which we've talked about it numerous times on this channel. This section also talks about some of the equipment. And I really enjoy TACTA's manuals. Number one, they're free on their website. You can read any of these. You can print it out at home, or you can buy their book. I'm a member of the American Civil Defense Association, and I highly encourage you to go to their website and see those free resources. But here we've got the 72-hour kits highlighted section here. It should match your anticipated crisis. And it's hard to do that, but having a well-rounded emergency kit will always be to your advantage. You can't plan for everything, but you're going to look at some basic core elements that you and your family, and if you have pets, you need to plan for your pets as well. So, the kit items is covered in 12.06. It lists some kit items, and it's a super useful list. And of course, other channels are going to talk about various other things that they recommend you put in there, but TACT actually rounds it up really well. We appreciate you watching the video thus far if you're getting to this point in the video. This is a FYI. This may be our last video that we produce and put on our YouTube channel, simply because we've been on here, this platform, for a little more than 2 years, and we're just not really making the kind of traction that we were hoping. We have made some super great friends, and sometimes it is good to say we've tried and we failed, but we didn't really fail, because I feel like we have educated a few. But again, we don't know if for sure if we're going to end Venerable Owl YouTube channel or not. But don't be surprised if this is the last video that you see posted here. We were hoping that we could cross the 500 subscribers by the end of 2025. We're super close, but we just haven't made it. So let's see what the next few weeks brings us. And with your encouragement, we'll continue this endeavor. But in the meantime, remember, being prepared makes you an asset